Hi, I'm Mr. Fukuda, and welcome to Physics of the Universe. As everyone's well aware, this is a far from ideal way to teach science, but we're doing the best that we can to give our students a solid foundation and prepare them for the time when we can actually return to normal school. So here's some information about the class. So this is Physics of the Universe. A little bit about the course first. Students will investigate the way in which physical processes govern the universe. Physics is basically studying matter, forces, and their interactions. And we'll also examine connections of how universal forces play a role not just on Earth, but throughout the galaxy and the universe. This course will require content knowledge, but the emphasis will be on the application and problem solving of concepts and principles. In other words, how does physics help explain our world and the universe? What's expected of the students? First, complete work on time. Academic honesty, they know what's right, they know what's wrong. So do what's right, don't do what's wrong. If they're not sure if they should be able to do something, simply ask. They should be showing work when calculations are involved, and they should learn and work efficiently. In other words, be prepared for class and respect others. They can ask for help from me, either online during class or doing academic support, which is from 1:45 to 3 o'clock on Tuesdays through Fridays by appointment, or they can email for help. My educational philosophy. Most of you have probably seen this proverb before. Give a man a fish and you fed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you fed him for a lifetime. So I tell my students, learn how to fish. I will provide them with the information, the background, help them solve problems, but the main thing that they want to learn is how to solve the problems, how to take data, utilize it, and apply it to situations so they can solve problems or figure out how things work. What are we covering this semester? First semester we'll cover 2 units. These will be broken up into smaller subunits, but Unit 1 is dealing with forces in motion. Unit 2 will deal with forces at a distance. During the second semester, we'll start looking at the different types of energies, energy and energy conservation. Then we'll also look at waves and electromagnetism, and we'll see how all these things apply to the stars and the universe. My grading policy, A's, because physics tends to be a little bit more of a difficult course, A's go down to 85%, B's 75%, C's 65%, and D's 55%. Any labs that they do are basically treated like quizzes, so they will not be accepted if they turn them in after I've gone over them. That's kind of like saying, okay, here's a test. You can redo your test, change your answers, and get full credit, which is not acceptable. Late assignments will be accepted if I haven't graded the assignment and gone over it yet. If I have gone over it, then I will accept them, but at a lower point value. The attendance policy. Students have to check in via Zoom each day that their class meets. They should be on time. Most days, I just kind of give them a quick overview of the day's lessons, maybe go over a little bit of what needs to be accomplished, and then they're free to either stay online or go offline and work on their own. If they do have questions, they can still always log back on again and ask me for help. I'll still be logged on. On days when we actually have a lecture or discussion, they're expected to be present until dismissed. So here's a couple examples of some of the things that we're doing. Watch these 2 videos and see if you can determine the following. In the first video, watch carefully because it's kind of short. What factors will affect the period of the pendulum? And the 3 factors you'll be watching for will be: how will the mass affect the period of the pendulum? How will the length of the string affect the period of the pendulum? And how will the angle, how far we pull the weights back, affect the period of the pendulum? Okay, and the period is basically how long it takes to complete a swing. So, could you figure out which of these factors actually affected the period? Now let's take a look at the second video. Again, pretty short video, so watch carefully and see if you can figure out why that small ball bounces a lot higher than the larger ball.